Let's welcome in now national security expert and chairwoman of the Organization Act for America, Brigitte Gabriel, along with Steve Yates, senior research fellow for China and national security at the Heritage Foundation. He also served as deputy national security advisor for Vice President Dick Cheney. Brigitte, I'll go to you first. What do you make of all of this? To me, it's clear as mud, mainly because the Trump administration signed an MOU on Sunday, but has not released any of the details of the MOU, allowing the Iranian press to kind of get ahead of the story.
Well, I think it's about time that they do release what's inside this memo of understanding. So when we are actually commenting on this issue, because you're hearing a lot of debates, people will actually debate something that people have seen. Right now, people are debating what's in the deal, and very few people have even laid eyes on what's in this memo of understanding. And again, it's not a deal. It's not a contract. It's a memo of understanding, meaning for the next 60 days, this is the deal before the deal. This is basically to explore and discover whether or not we're going to have a deal, what type of deal it's going to be, and work out the terms with Iran. But here's what I'm concerned about. We both know the Iranians are going to lie. They're going to say anything they want to say in order to buy time. Iran is not interested in a deal. Iran is interested in buying time. But here's a new development and the concern that we have. John Ratcliffe from the CIA, so our CIA intercepted information and conversations within the Iranian leadership inside Iran, basically discussing a completely different understanding that what President Trump and J.D. Vance and everybody else is putting out of our understanding of the deal. What basically the CIA intercepted is that the Iranians are not going to abide by the deal. This is the internal conversations that they are having. So John Ratcliffe delivered the information yesterday to President Trump. So we have on one side the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth. We have the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, as well as the CIA, John Ratcliffe, advising the president, we doubt what the Iranians are talking about this deal. It's not a good idea. And on the other side, you're seeing the rift between the administration of Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner, and J.D. Vance, who are on the other side saying you need to move forward with this deal. We'll see what comes out. We don't trust the Iranians. I don't think the president trusts the Iranians. And there is no way we can guarantee their word, a good guarantee that they're going to abide by their word of not developing a nuclear weapon, not buying nuclear weapons. President Trump will be out of the White House in 2 years. Whoever comes after him, even if we have a Republican president after him, that's another 4 years. And then who knows how we're going to force them to abide by the deal.
Steve, do you have the same concerns as Brigitte does?
I think every reasonable person has those concerns. I mean, it's been 47 years of pretty deep records of lying, cheating, deceiving, attacking the world's largest state sponsor of terror. I don't think there can be trust in an agreement like this. And that's why, for me, it never should be a trust-based agreement. It has to be action-based, verifiable, action-based. If they can get to a point where we can verify for a sustained period of time they have not interfered with freedom of navigation in the Strait, we can get to a point where we can verify that they are not actively supporting terror beyond their borders. If we can get to a point where they've actually engaged in any good faith form of agreement for a reasonable period of time, that's a completely different ballgame. But throughout this last 60 days of a supposed ceasefire, we've had breakage every single day. So I think caution is the status quo. And really, I think we have to be very, very careful about what we can expect by way of follow-through. And the only guarantee of that follow-through is force. And that's ultimately the language the leadership understands in Iran. Ultimately, I would like it to be the force of the Iranian people, but we don't really hear a lot of talk about that in recent months.
Yeah, no. And Brigitte, to Steve's point, the administration has said that they are not going to trust, they are going to verify, and if Iran meets these benchmarks, there could be potential sanctions relief. However, others are comparing this MOU to what Obama signed in 2013 with Iran, the JPOA. It was also an agreement to make an agreement where the Obama administration gave the Iranian regime $20 billion in relief of sanctions. Are you concerned that the Trump administration is making that same mistake, that they're going to have to give something to Iran to even start negotiations, give them something in this MOU?
I am concerned because we are still dealing with the same regime. If we would have changed the regime, fine, like we did in Germany. In Germany, we gave them money after we got rid of the Nazis. So we knew when we released money to rebuild Germany that actually we were dealing with people who were honest, that we can trust their words. Right now, we're dealing with Iranians. We're dealing with the exact regime. The regime has not been removed. The people of Iran have not voted to replace the regime that has tortured and killed them as recently as 45,000 people murdered on the street. And they came out, the Iranian people, because President Trump said to them, you come out, we are behind you. They believed him. They came out, and now he signs a deal with the Iranian regime. The IRGC still run the country. We don't even know exactly who who agreed to this deal. Who did we sign the deal with? The new Ayatollah nobody has seen him. We have not heard from him. He's been in hiding. They believe he's still alive. Some people say he's dead, but let's say he's still alive, recovering from his injury, from the February injury when we bombed the leadership of Iran. This whole thing is so combobulated. We cannot trust them. This is why we have to proceed with cautions. And even if we have verification, even if we're going to trust the Arabic countries, Qatar, to go verify that Iran is abiding by the rules so we can release the funding, we cannot trust the Arabs trusting each other. You cannot trust Qatar verifying that the Iranians are doing good, because they are together in this. It's just the whole thing is, I don't have any trust in any of it, and I just pray for the best.
And it's clear as mud. And Brigitte, I'm only smiling because you are speaking truth and and my concerns. I share your concerns. I just wish the administration would release this MOU. I don't understand why there isn't transparency. At the same time, they're criticizing others on the outside for being critical, but we don't have the information. So I suppose we will get that on Friday. And one thing that President Trump did say today is that any agreement reached with the Iranians will have to be verified, or Congress will have to sign off on it. So that is unlike the JCPOA in this instance, if we do make it to that point. But Brigitte Gabriel, Steve Yates, thank you so much.
Thank you.